All right, before I get started with the main stories that are in the title, I wanted to talk about this because I just saw this right now. So this is by Ryan Devereaux, and he shared this article of Ilhan Omar saying acknowledge she was asking Biden to pardon Daniel Hale for the drone leaks. And she said acknowledging where we've gone wrong and telling the truth about our shortcomings is not only the right thing to do, but also an act of profound patriotism. This is published on The Intercept. Now, this is what politicians are supposed to be doing. It's upsetting how the bar is set so low that when a politician is doing the things that they're supposed to do, um, people give them props. I mean, she should be given props for at least mentioning Daniel Hale, but it's sad to see how low the bar is. That this is seen as like something. This is seen as almost like miraculous to see a politician talking about a whistleblower like Daniel Hale who revealed war crimes. So I just saw this before I went live, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So, Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar is calling on President Joe Biden to pardon Daniel Hale, a former Air Force intelligence analyst who leaked top secret documents revealing the inner workings and civilian consequences of the U.S. military's drone program. Hale was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison last month. So she sent a letter so she sent a letter to the White House on Thursday. Omar said that information Hill revealed, while politically embarrassing to some, has shown a vital light on the legal and moral problems of the drone program and informed the public debate on an issue that has for too many years remained in the shadows. Nothing that she takes extremely seriously, the prohibition on leaking classified information. Omar told the president that several facets of Hill's case merit a full pardon, which would wipe out his conviction. Those include political motivations on the part of the Trump administration, the absence of any harm caused by Hill's disclosures, and the responsibility he took for his actions, which she argued were clearly and firmly rooted in the public interest. It definitely was in the public interest. We need to know what our country is doing in other countries. Is it legal? Is it illegal? Is it moral? Immoral? In this case, it's illegal and immoral what the United States is doing. Now, it would be nice if Ilhan Omar went beyond just writing an angry letter about this, and if she organized with some of the whistleblower activists, uh, some of the Assange community, some of these people that are out in the streets that are protesting to free these whistleblowers. It would be nice to see that, as opposed to this just being a one-time writing a letter thing. Could she push for the legislation that Tulsi Gabbard and Matt Gaetz and I can't remember the other gentleman, but there is a Tulsi Gabbard co-sponsored three legislations. One was with Matt Gaetz. I can't remember the other guy, but it was the guy who spoke out against the CARES Act, saying that people should voice uh, people that there should be more transparency for the CARES Act, like who voted for it. Please remind me in the chat if you guys remember who that is. But Ilhan Omar could take this a step further and pressure these politicians by pushing this legislation that was introduced by other Congress people to protect whistleblowers. So Bill Bradley, yeah, I mean, this is a good point. So this is literally the way you use controlled opposition strategy. You give them hollow wins without ever giving them anything of substance, so they can keep stringing voters along. This isn't anything enough for me to say that, oh, like this is why we need electoral politics in order to have some victories, because if we elect these progressives, they'll do some good things here and there. No, this isn't enough for me. This isn't enough for me to promote that, because like Bill was saying, like this is just like little small things to. This is the definition of a limited hangout. Like you reveal some truths while you keep the majority of truths hidden from the public. And like are you actually fighting, or are you just grandstanding? Like in this case, Ilhan Omar just wrote a letter, and as I was saying, hopefully she does something beyond that, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that. Thank you. Meteor Dreams. Yeah, that's right. It was Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey was the other guy who co-sponsored one of those whistleblower bills that Tulsi Gabbard introduced. Jordan of the Yellow Brick Road. I can't say I know Ilhan's intentions, but I'm sure Obama dropped attempts to go after Assange while also knowing Trump or next president was going to pick it back up. Just something to consider. For sure. For sure. I agree. It's hard to read Ilhan's intentions when she votes for some imperial legislation, when we see her in a lot of these controlled opposition political theaters, like what happened with the eviction moratorium protests, how she voted to continue to fund Israel recently, those $3.3 billion a year funds that we send to Israel. To me, it looks like limited hangout stuff, like to give people a false sense of hope, a false sense of, oh, we can do this with, these politicians. But there's always just enough progressives that allow these imperialist bills to pass or to kill certain, bills that will be really helpful. All right, well, there you guys have it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. Do you think that there's going to be any follow-up to this, to what Ilhan Omar did, or you think that this is just going to be it and it's not going to be talked about for a long time?